Product review. This is the Bird RF BN100 Plus USB-based network analyzer. It's from 300 kHz to 6.5 GHz, and it is entering a really competitive market. There are a lot of USB-based instruments, and I'm interested to take a look at both the software and the hardware and see how well it performs. So let's get started. And here's the front of the BN100 Plus Vector Network Analyzer. This is a two-port system, of course, with Type-N connectors on both ports, operating from 300 kHz to 6.5 GHz. We do have individual LEDs also showing the stimulus activation on each port. The quality of the Type-N connectors appears to be good, and it seems to be really solid connected to the front. When we take it apart, we will see better the internal construction. We do have a soft power button as well as an indication LED for when the unit is turned on. The handles on each side do extend beyond the edges of the Type-N connector, which is really nice in case you accidentally drop this, or if you just want to rest it on those connectors, the actual front panels will not touch the surface, which is also quite good. Now this is from 300 kHz, and we do have the 35 volt maximum DC voltage at the input, so most likely some AC coupling. I would like to see the architecture of the coupler when we take it apart. It does have a 23 dBm maximum RF power, which is not a lot, 200 milliwatt, so you do have to be careful, as you can easily exceed that measuring, let's say, some active devices or amplifiers in this frequency range. But a very simple front-end design, as you would expect, quite compact for a USB network analyzer. And at the back of the instrument, we do find this really nice screw-up for the thermal design. I'm curious to see again inside how the thermal management is done. We do have a grounding pad over here and a 12 volt 3 amp external power supply, which is required to run this. It does not run from a USB power, and I do wonder if this additional power budget that they have will translate to a better synthesizer, better phase noise, as well as just more output power. We do have the USB port here, of course, which is what is connecting to the computer software that we can run. We do have trigger input, trigger output, and reference output, but there's no reference input, so you cannot lock this internal synthesizer to an outside source, which is unfortunate, but you can of course have the reference come out to lock it to something else, and we can measure that separately. There is no Ethernet port on this instrument. It's purely a USB instrument. So let's go and take